Hey there YouTube, welcome back to Artichoke Dip. My name is Rob, solo tabletop gamer, tabletop board gamer. So recently I've been going through my library and sorting as to what I'm going to decide to sell and what I'm going to keep. And doing so and doing some research and looking at some other things, I came across something for those of you out there that like HeroQuest that breathes a breath of fresh air into the game for the solo enthusiast. If this is something you're interested in, stay tuned because I plan on talking about it, explaining HeroQuest game, and then doing an actual playthrough demonstration so you could see how it works out. But before I get into this, if you like this video, click the like button. And if you have not subscribed, please click the subscribe button, followed by the little bell icon, and every time this ugly mug uploads a brand new video, you will hear about it. So let's get into it. Let's turn the clocks back to 2004. And in 2004, this is before internet gaming, electronic gaming, however you want to refer to it, was or is what it is today. And before that, you had some cool game systems out there that people were able to buy, get together at hobby shops, and they really sparked your imagination, and they were fun games, endless hours of gaming. And I know for a lot of you people out there that have played Heroscape, you own Heroscape, maybe you still play it with a group of people, or maybe you remember those days of playing it with large groups of peoples, however you want to look at that. It was fun, and there was a reason why it was so fun. One of the main reasons why this game is so fun, it's simple. It is so simple to understand, but yet there is so much to learn as well. And what I mean by that is the game itself is very simple, and we're going to get into the rules and you'll see how simple it is. But it's left up to you to be able to sit down and formulate your own battle plans and tactics, because one false move, one miscalculated error could either win the game or lose it. And that's what added into the complexity side of this game, which made it so interesting, so addictive, and why so many people loved it. Now, for whatever reason, they pulled the plug on this game, and it went through its changes. It started out with the Rise of the Valkyrie, and you got this cool set, and you know, when you open it up, you were looking and you got some Vikings, and you got some, it looked like an orc riding a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and you got these futuristic guys with guns and some guys from World War II, and you know, just a mixed bag of everything, and you're kind of like, okay, you know, all right. But you got these cool terrain pieces that all interlocked, and you could make cool scenarios and battle maps out of that were 3D, which was awesome. And as the game progressed and they came out with more master sets, they came out with a Morrow master set. I would have to look at the exact name of it. I can't remember it off the top of my head. And more expansions after that, and the game expanded, and then they even did a set if you wanted to play in the Marvel universe. And then the last set they released was in the realm of Toril, Dungeons and Dragons in the Underdark. And it was after that that they pulled the plug, and that's when Heroscape went away. And I'm guessing, this is just my guess, and maybe for some of those of you out there that know the answer to this, you could leave it in the comments, but I think what it was, and this is my personal feeling, this is not fact, this is just my personal feeling, that 3rd edition D&D miniature skirmish game was doing much better in sales, and the fact that it was cheaper to produce a poster with a printing of a battle map that you just put in the box rather than producing all these quality, basically plastic game terrain, is the deciding factor. Or maybe they saw that the electronic gaming industry at that point was going to slow their sales and they just decided to pull the plug. I don't know. I really don't know. I wish it was still in print and the game was still around today because I love it. But don't be upset. If you want to get into Heroscape, I the website's called Everything Heroscape. I believe that's the name. I will leave a link to that website in the comments below. And that's all they sell are Heroscape, and the prices are pretty reasonable. Now, when I say reasonable, because let's do some comparison here on miniature games. I just recently watched an episode of Board Game Geek, and they were talking about the top 10 voted board games of this week. And Malcolm something. I cannot remember the name of that game, particularly because of the sticker shock. But anyways, I clicked the link, and they showed me the Kickstarter page. And they want you to pledge $500 for this miniature game. Yeah, $500. I'm like, are you out of your mind? No. I mean, that's $500. What if this game does not deliver on what you're promising me, that it's going to be a great solo game experience? So when you look at that in comparison to Heroscape, to where you can still get all the terrain for $40, and then all the original Valkyrie set, you can get the miniatures actually still pretty reasonably priced. About, I think squads will run you about $5, and then they move on from there. And of course, the more rare expansions, they're going to be a little bit more expensive. Those are the more sought after, or collectible, I should say. So they want a little bit more dough for those. But even with the master set, Rise of the Valkyrie, you could have hours of fun. And just something that gives food for thought. If you're looking for a unique experience and a cool game system, Heroscape is definitely one you may want to look into. So before we get into it, the first thing is, what is Heroscape if you've never seen it? And before I play the game, because if I don't explain the rules to you, how it's meant to be played, and then explain the solo rules so you understand that, you're going to be kind of lost watching the demonstration playthrough. So let's get into that. Let's look at the basics of Heroscape.